we are going to be doing my hair care routine. If you do not know, I have a TikTok account and I mostly only post hair care on there. I became really passionate about hair care, and that is because I went through a whole entire phase, as many of you may know, of dyeing my hair like all these crazy colors. That just led me into becoming very interested with like the science of hair, and now I'm just kind of obsessed with it. I am not a cosmetologist, but I do study from books that people use in cosmetology school. These are the books that I use. I'm just throwing that out there because a lot of people ask like where I get my information from. Let's get into the routine. I'm so excited. I wash my hair every 3 to 5 days. It used to be 5 to 7 days, but that's when I lived in a drier climate, and I've recently moved to a very humid climate, and my hair sometimes can only last 2 days. If your hair is really oily, just wash your hair. Usually people can get to 2 days. Every day is like a little bit too much for most people, and unless you've gone to a dermatologist and they tell you to wash your hair every single day, I would not suggest washing your hair every day, and just at least doing it every 2 days. This is 5-day hair, but first thing I'm going to do is detangle my hair, and you always want to start at the roots and make your way up. So on 5th day, my roots are pretty oily and my ends are usually pretty dry. First step to my routine is I'm going to be taking my bamboo brush. We're going to be going on the scalp for 5 minutes straight to stimulate the blood flow. One of the main questions that I get is it necessary to do this with a bamboo brush? You get the most benefits from using a bamboo brush because of its bristles, and there's so many benefits to using a bamboo brush. It's way better for the environment. If you just use this every single day when you're not washing your hair, it brings the oil from right here and helps distribute it to the rest of your hair. The reason why we want to stimulate our scalp, we're going to be going in with scalp oil after this. By stimulating your scalp, it really helps the oil penetrate the hair follicle so much better. When you start doing scalp care for the first time, when you start using scalp exfoliants, doing massages, you start oiling, it is very normal to start losing hair. Your hair has a cycle. A lot of us just have all those dead hairs sitting in our scalp like at all times. And once you start doing this, it's getting rid of all those dead hairs. It is going to grow new ones that are actually way stronger when you start oiling and doing scalp massages. The average amount of hair to lose is 50 to 100 hairs a day, but that can vary. I am on 5-day hair. I have not done that much scalp stuff for the last 5 days. I haven't given those dead hairs a chance to fall out. So when I do this and when I wash my hair, I could be losing 500 hairs because they have all kind of built up the last 5 days. That is called hair shedding. Hair shedding is 100% normal. It is the normal cycle of growing your hair, having the hair, and it has to leave your head. Usually you can tell the difference between hair shedding and hair loss. Hair loss, it's usually from one specific area, for example, like around your hairline or the crown of your head. If you're having hair come out of a specific spot and it's creating a bald patch, or if you are just having clumps of hair come out, there's definitely an underlying problem. And whenever people tell me that, I always tell them, one, go to a doctor if you can, but I totally understand. A lot of people can't just like drop everything and go to a doctor. Also, it's really expensive. Other things you need to think of are, did you change something in your routine recently? Have you started any new products? Have you changed your diet? I'll also flip my head over and do the bamboo brush because it helps all the blood flow, helps stimulation. Now we are going to be going in with some rosemary oil, and this is my homemade rosemary oil. I usually only take 1 dropper or like a dropper and a half for my entire scalp. Less is more when oiling. You never want to drench your hair in oil because then you are going to use more shampoo to get it out of your hair, and then you are drying out your hair and it's going to cause dry frizzy hair, and it completely defeats the purpose of oiling. The easiest way I found is to just take it and go like 1 inch apart and just like slowly push the oil out. Now you're going to want to give yourself a good scalp massage, and I do this for about 3 minutes. Rosemary oil is my favorite to go in with on my scalp because there's studies showing it has similar effects as, it's like called minoxide. I don't know, I'm gonna put the word right here. But this is like what's in lash serum and stuff that like helps with hair growth. It's been scientifically proven to help hair growth. And when I say hair growth, I'm not talking about making your hair grow faster because that is scientifically impossible to grow your hair faster. Promoting your hair to grow in thicker, stronger, to grow in more hair. And I have been using rosemary oil for probably a year now, and when I tell you I have definitely seen results. I'm gonna put 2 pictures right here with the dates. In this one, you can see I don't really have as many baby hairs along my neckline, and this one I do. And I know for a fact it's not breakage because I have not been dealing with breakage. It's nice to see that it's actually working. By far my favorite oils to go in with on my ends, argan oil and jojoba oil. Never ever ever brush your hair after you put oil in it. It can cause a lot of breakage. I have gone through leaving my hair oil in overnight. There's more studies coming out saying you should not really leave it in overnight because it starts to clog the hair follicle. Doesn't give you the same benefits as to only leaving it on for about 4 to 5 hours. I will only leave the oil in overnight if I know I'm not going to be sleeping for that long. Like the max I'll leave it in is for 6 hours. But if I do decide to sleep with it in, I will put my hair in a very loose braid. You always want to do a loose hairstyle after you oil because it's the same thing with the brushing. It can just cause a lot of tension and breakage. I'm gonna let this sit in my hair probably like 3 or 4 hours. This will usually be my cleaning day that I do this on, so I'm gonna go like clean my office and go clean the living room and stuff, and then we will be back. First things first, you always want to make sure before you go in with shampoo that your hair is completely soaking wet. It's time for shampoo, and when I tell you I use like 10 different shampoos and conditioner. I am constantly trying new ones, and I use different ones for different benefits. Like if my scalp is super duper oily and if I have buildup, I'm going to use a clarifying shampoo. I will go over a few of my favorite shampoos and conditioners. If you have buildup in your hair, this is going to get it out. I do this 1 to 2 times a month, depending on how many silicones I use that month or just how much like buildup products I use. If I had to pick my 2 favorites, it would have to be this one. This one is by the brand Keratin, and this is definitely one of my favorites because it promotes hair growth. It includes keratin, biotin, and other like amazing ingredients. It is free from silicones and sulfates. I'm not completely against silicones and sulfates. Don't get me wrong. If you use silicones, you need to use a certain type of sulfate to get rid of the silicones. But I have been trying to use less silicone on my hair, but you know, I tested a bunch of products and I'm not going to completely cut it out. And I'm just going to say this really quickly. If you don't know what silicones and sulfates is, pretty much silicone is putting a coating on your hair to make it look shiny, to make it more weighed down so you think your hair is more sleek. But pretty much what it's doing is it's putting like a wax layer on top of your hair to make it look good for a short period of time, and then your hair is going to look like crap. My natural hair is very fine and wavy. If I am styling my hair natural, which I'm going to do a video on that, we will be blow drying my hair today, it is instantly weighed down and looks really nasty when I use a bunch of silicone, so I'm not a fan. And then long story short, for sulfates just dry out your hair. It strips everything from the hair, and it does get rid of silicones, but it's also getting rid of the good stuff. My other favorite, which is a little bit more high-end, the Lonza Keratin Healing Shampoo and Conditioner. This is one of my absolute favorites. For shampoo, I don't really take that much. I take it and then I lather it up in my hands. I only wash my roots. The mids and ends do not need to be shampooed. All that shampoo that is running down your hair is enough to cleanse those areas. If your ends get super greasy, feel way down, you probably have product buildup from silicones and you just need to do a clarifying treatment. I massage my shampoo into my roots for about 30 seconds each time. I've heard it all. Washing your hair with extremely hot water, freezing cold water. Professionals do say it is best to use like lukewarm water. Using scalding hot water is going to strip your scalp, and using freezing cold water isn't opening up the cuticle of your hair to like clean it. Especially before shampooing, you want to use warm water, and when you're washing, you want to use warm water to get all that gross stuff out of your hair and scalp. Now it is time for our double cleanse. One shampoo is not enough, especially if you're going 5 days without washing your hair like I do. The first shampoo is really getting that oil and dirt out of your hair and off of your scalp, and then that second shampoo is going into the follicle and really getting it clean. And if you're using a shampoo that has benefits like the one that I'm using for hair growth that contains biotin and stuff like that, if you're just shampooing once, it's not going in and you're not getting the benefits of the shampoo. So if you're spending a lot of money on a bougier fancy shampoo and you're only shampooing once, you're wasting your money because you're not even getting the benefits of the shampoo. One of my favorite hair growth tips is on your second wash, taking rosemary essential oils and putting a few drops into your shampoo before you lather it up and using that to wash your hair. And you want to use it on your second wash because your scalp and the follicle and all that is a little bit open from using warm water already. If you use it on your first shampoo, again, like I said, your hair is dirty. It's just removing the oil and the dirt and you're not going to be getting the actual benefits of the rosemary. And then always when I'm done rinsing out my second shampoo, I will split my hair in half. Especially if you have thicker hair, it's really hard to rinse out all the product from your hair. And I've noticed this chunk of my hair can get very oily quickly. And the shampoo, if it's not completely rinsed out, can build up right here. And that is why my scalp was getting so oily right there. This step has helped my oily scalp so much. On a normal wash day, I would go ahead with my conditioner routine. Today I'm due for a scalp exfoliation, and there's two ways that you can go about this. Chemical exfoliation, which I do talk about in my last hair care video, but today we are going to be going in with a physical exfoliation. This one by Way is definitely my favorite. You want to use this already on shampooed hair, little by little. The most effective way I've found is to go like inch by inch and apply it to my scalp first. And then I massage it in. And this scalp scrub does get soapy. First scalp exfoliation, I usually do this 1 to 2 times a month. You want to wring out your hair because we are going to be going in with a hair mask. You want to wring out your hair anytime you're going in with a hair mask or conditioner because the water is just diluting the product. One mistake I've made in the past is going in with a hair mask after conditioner, because one of the things conditioner is doing is sealing the cuticle. So if you seal the cuticle, how are you going to get the benefits from the hair mask if you're using it after? I will either go in with a hydrating hair mask or a repairing hair mask. My hair has been more on the dry side and doesn't really need repairing because I haven't really been doing that much to it. I'm going to be going in with this one. This is my favorite hydrating one. Now I'm going to brush my hair. There is a whole entire thing where you're not allowed to brush wet hair. Most people who say that have straight hair. People with wavy and curly hair cannot brush their hair when it's dry. They cannot wait for their hair to dry and then brush it. That's just not how it works. If you do it correctly and you're super gentle, honestly, your hair is gonna be fine. My favorite brush to use when my hair is wet is Tangle Tees, and this one's just like a little one. I always keep this one in the shower. And this also ensures the product to be on every single hair strand. If you are going to be brushing your hair when wet, it is best to do it when you have conditioner or a hair mask in your hair because that slippery ingredient is going to make it glide so much easier, causing less breakage. I clip my hair up just so it's not like laying on my shoulders and my chest and stuff because that can cause body acne, but I clip it up and I'm going to leave this in for 10 minutes, and then after letting that sit for 10 minutes, you are just going to completely and thoroughly rinse that out. You do not want to ever leave rinse out products in your hair because it can actually do way more damage. You want to wring all of the excess water out of your hair again so it doesn't dilute your conditioner. And for conditioner, I only ever put this in my mids and ends. I never apply conditioner to my scalp. It doesn't really matter if you have an oily or a dry scalp because conditioner has ingredients in it that is going to just build up on your scalp. And continuously doing that, especially if you're not doing exfoliating, it can lead to dandruff. I leave it in for about 3 minutes. So actually after I rinse my hair, I'm going to put it back up and then I'm going to wash my face, rinse that, and then wash my entire body. And if you wash your face and body before doing your hair care, you can actually get body acne from that because a lot of ingredients in shampoos and conditioners build up, as we know, because it builds up on our hair, and that can also build up on your skin. A lot of these ingredients aren't meant to be on our face and our body, so they can react in different ways. So it's best to wash off your face and body last, and you want to wash your face first because all the oils and everything that you're rinsing off is going all on your body, and then if you washed your body first, you have all that oil and stuff sitting on your body again. And then I'm going to be taking my favorite microfiber hair towel. Microfiber hair towels help so much with frizz, and I love telling everybody about them because they are beneficial to every single hair type. No matter what texture or pattern you have, you can benefit from a microfiber hair towel. Using just a regular towel can be much more rough. It roughens up the cuticle and it just promotes frizz at that point. I let my hair sit for about 10 minutes. So this is how much hair I lost today. This is normal for me, and I'm not dealing with hair loss or anything. This is completely normal. So first thing I always go in with is a detangler of some sorts, but I like to get like leave-in conditioners that are also detanglers. This is Brigio's leave-in. I kind of take like 4 sections. So I go like this, and then I kind of take it and massage it in. Taking my detangling brush, I'm gonna start at my ends and work my way up. Now I'm going to be going in a little bit of hair oil, 2 or 3 drops for all of my mids and ends. And what oils and leave-ins are doing is obviously like it helps with frizz and all that, but it is closing your cuticle. So there's one other product I'm going to use, but I use it right before I blow dry my hair, and is this Wow Dream Coat. I'm not going to be filming me blow drying my hair because I literally have like 4 different videos on how I blow dry my hair on here. I have recently been researching something very, very interesting to me. Sometimes it is more healthy to blow dry your hair than let it air dry. For some people, if you let your hair naturally dry, especially for people if your hair takes a very long time to dry, and my hair is pretty thick and it will take forever to dry back here. When your hair is wet for that long, it can damage the cortex of your hair, and by blow drying it, it's not damaging it as much. My hair feels and looks way healthier when I blow dry it than when I let it air dry with no products, with products, anything. Like, it always looks healthier when I blow dry it. When I blow dry my hair, I don't have to do absolutely anything to it unless I want to do like some heatless curls for like 5 days. When I style it naturally, I have to wet it every single day, put products in it every single day, try to get it to work. Oh, I forgot to mention one other product I'm going to be going in with when I blow dry. Heat protectant. This is my favorite one. So I'm going to go in with these, blow dry my hair, and I will be back for the final result. Every single night, I will go in with this hair oil, 2 or 3 drops only on my mids and ends. Every single night, I put my hair either down in a long silk cap, or like I'll go like this, super duper loose, and I won't even put a scrunchie in it, and I'll put my silk cap on like this because it kind of keeps that like blowout look. I know it's a lot. I want to give you guys like all of my hair care secrets, so it's gonna be a lot. That is the end of this video. I love you guys so much. If you guys want other routines of mine, I posted my skincare routine a few days ago. I am going to be filming my self-care routine if you guys are interested in that. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye.
I don't know if you like the way I put my words together, but I need you to stick with me just like some birds of feathers. Or like bricks and scales, hand in hand, dropping coin straight down the well. Wish me well, wish me well. Hey, always talking about the fish and scales, things that's gon' throw my mind off focus. Probably what's gon' get my drug use more dosage.